Hey guys, it's Paul. I just want to talk you through my Happy Me philosophy and what it's all about, what I'm doing with the Happy Me playbook, and what I'm going to try to explain in this video is, I started Happy Me posting stuff under the name of Happy Me in like December 2015, but I've been working on stuff for a long time before that as well, where reading books, studying self-improvement, a lot of it through golf, a lot of it through necessity. And I just wanted to explain the Happy Me philosophy and everything that it's adapted and evolved into. So the first thing, philosophy, a theory or attitude that acts as a guiding principle for behavior. So it's kind of like, as I moved into new things, I was reading the books, I was watching the videos, I was doing the training, and certain things resonated with me. And out of all these, loads of books, I wouldn't say hundreds, but loads of books, loads of videos, loads of teaching, 5 things stuck out to me. And what I want to do with the Happy Me philosophy is create a philosophy where I can put it at your fingertips. I can give you these 5 points right there on one hand. So I'm going to give you 5 simple ideas that I've taken from years and years, probably I would say nearly now 7 or 8 years of studying. And this is what I now run my Happy Me philosophy through. And now I'm going to run the Happy Me philosophy playbook. But the 5 simple ideas, and I'm just going to run you through them, right? So number 1 is your $1 billion brain. Set huge goals. So what that means is, this was golf related, that there's things on a golf course, when you try and hit a golf shot, you don't know how to do it as you're, if you try and functionally think, how do I do it? Where do I need to put my elbow? Where do I need to put my wrist? How do I need to, if you think of a long putt at crazy golf or something, you don't know exactly how to get it in there, but your brain says, hit it there, hit it on this angle, hit it this way, and it gets you there, and it gets you in. So point 1 is you don't know how fantastic your brain is, how huge your brain is. You've got this. There's a famous golf book that I read a lot called The Inner Game of Golf by Tim Gallwey, and he says we've got a $1 billion brain, but it's being run by a 10-cent computer. So what we need to do is put our $1 billion brain in control, in charge, and trust in the $1 billion brain. And when we realise you've got a $1 billion brain, you can set huge goals. You can set massive goals. Bob Proctor, in Thinking to Results, talks about 3 types of goals. An A-type goal is something you've already done, going back to doing things. Like a lot of people go, well, I'll try this new thing and I can always go back to that old job. That's an A-type goal. You can do it. Well, you've done it before. B-type goals is something you haven't done before, but something you think you can do. And you can, I can achieve this. This is what I'll do next. I'll go and try and get a raise, or I'll try and get a job that's a bit more money, or I'll try and get up the ladder one more step. That's the goal that you can do it. And then there's a C-type goal, which is a huge goal, which is a fantasy goal. It's what you really want, what you really desire. If you really put your mind to it, it's what you ultimately want. And you have no idea how to get this. You don't know how to achieve it. But when you understand you've got a $1 billion brain, and things around you will start happening when you set a crazy big goal, and you just stay focused on that goal, then a lot of things can happen. Point 2. What you think about, you become. So this again is Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, going back to a lot of people, late 70s, 80s books that Think and Grow Rich and books like that. A lot of them come out with this. What you think about, you become. So if you think in negative waves, if you're thinking that you're not good enough, if you think that you can't achieve something, if you think that the circumstances around you are not going to work for you, everything you think about, you become. So if you think you're overweight or fat or unhealthy or not good enough, or anything you think about, you become it by definition, because you're thinking about it. Whereas if you start focusing on that huge $1 billion brain and those huge goals that you've set, I'm thinking about how I can play great at golf, I'm thinking about how I can deliver big business goals or my huge dream or whatever I'm doing next. I can really think about how to deliver on those goals, and I focus on them all the time because I now know what you think about, you become. So I have to be very careful of what I think about, right? It's really important that when you get to this point, you start going, hold on a minute, I'm focusing on negativity here, I'm gonna attract it. This is a little bit law of attraction, isn't it? But there's more to it, there's more function to it than just law of attraction, just focus on positivity. It's really, what do you want? What do you want to happen? How are you going to make it happen? And then you focus and go for it in that direction. When you can catch yourself on negativity, then you can start resetting and getting back to what you really want. Idea 3. This is a big one for me because I was a massively competitive person. I probably still am. Create, don't compete, right? So this is everybody who's... You get stuck because you're forever trying to win something. You're trying to be better than somebody. You're trying to get one over. Or, the same in golf. You're always trying to beat somebody. You're always trying to beat a score or whoever you're playing against. Well, what you should really be focusing on is creating great shots, creating great rounds, creating great relationships, creating great, a great company, create a great environment, create great friendships, create great relationships. So you create, you don't compete. You see somebody else doing it well, but you're not in competition. They're doing their own thing. They've got their own happy me philosophy. They need to follow whatever they're doing in their goals. So you don't have to create, or you don't have to compete with them. And it's an hard one to grasp, but when you do grasp it, it makes a bit more sense. It's easier for you to go, right, I'm going to go back to creating, because I could look at these videos, I could look at stuff I'm doing and saying, well, there's millions of people better than me at doing this. Why would I do it? Well, I've got to. I'm going to create it. This is part of my goal. This is part of my billion-dollar brain, part of me setting huge goals. It's not that I've got a choice, I don't feel anymore, but I've just got to keep creating. Every day I create, I get better. Every day I create something new. I learn something. And this is also, knowledge versus ignorance. If you think you're competing and it's just going to stall you, then why would you keep going? Why would you keep doing it? But if you just knew you're going to create every day, I'm going to create, I'm going to create, I'm going to create, then, you're moving forward when you're creating. When you're competing, you might still be moving forward, but it doesn't feel as great as thinking, I'm going to create today, I'm not going to compete. Number 4. Trust the feel and just do right. So, just do right, full stop. You'll see there's a full stop there. Is Maya Angelou, three words to live by, just do right. So I put trust the feel in front of it because I think what you need to do is right. You know what is good for your dream, for your goals, for your soul. Good things that are going to drive you forward into what you want to do, who you want to be. And if you think, well, so I do videos, I do YouTube videos, I do learning stuff, I do IT stuff. If I thought, well, I'll go and steal somebody else's video and just copy and paste it, or I'll go and grab a film clip and bang that out, I know people will watch it, but it don't feel right to me. It don't feel the right way that I want to run my business, that I want to run my happy me philosophy, the way I want to run my life. I don't want to feel like I've gone and stolen something. So trust the feel and just do right. So you're going to go, well, how does this feel? When I think about my billion-dollar brain and my huge goal, how does it feel? How does it feel when I've achieved that goal? Am I going to feel amazing? Am I going to feel like I've achieved something great? Or am I going to feel, oh, it's so-so, or whatever? So I trust the feel. When I go, it's going to feel amazing to achieve that. It's going to feel amazing to do it. That just even the learning on the way is going to feel amazing. Then that is the feel that says it's going to feel amazing. So everything around you, your gut reaction is, I sort of say, trust that feel. Trust what you're thinking. I trust it. I trust that's how I feel at this time, and then I'll just do right from there. So it's a big one, number 4. Trust the feel, and it's almost like go with the gut, isn't it? Your gut very rarely lets you down, and if you trust the feel and just do right, you'll be fine. So those are the first 4 points. Number 5 brings in 4 separate areas, which I bring in the other hand for. And this one is 4 rules for great self-esteem. So this is a famous book by Maxwell Maltz, Psycho-Cybernetics. And he was a famous one of the top He was one of the top plastic surgeons in the world in like the 70s, I believe, and he noticed that he gave people whatever, you know, they came in for a perfect nose or perfect cheekbone or a perfect whatever that might mean to them. And he noticed that some of them never changed afterwards. They were, you know, he gave them the face, but they're inside, the self-esteem was still the same. And he came up with these 4 rules for great self-esteem, and they're really simple to remember. So number 1 is forgive them, right? So this is forgive everybody around you, and you don't do it for them, you do it for you. So you holding a grudge, or you wanting to, you know, feel bad about people, it's no good to you. It doesn't do your soul any good. It doesn't do your happy meat any good, does it? You know, those people you've probably got a grudge with are, you know, and I think in my case they might be thousands of miles away at times. But you know, just I have arguments with myself in showers and stuff about people. And this is just saying forgive yourself, forgive them. So sorry, this says forgive them. You know, forgive them totally for whatever they've done, whatever you're holding a grudge against, whatever they've, you know, they've said to you, or whether they're meant to or not, they've hurt your feelings. Just forgive them. For you, just drop it, forgive them. Which then goes easily into number 2, which I said there is forgive yourself. You know, so it's one thing to hold a grudge against somebody else, but you know, I know from my own personal experience, I beat myself up more than anybody else could ever try and beat me up. I every day I question what I'm doing. I question why I'm doing it. I question, you know, am I doing the right thing? Or why did I say that? What did I do that for? Why did I do that again? Why did I eat that? You know, all the time it's like a rolling thing in my head. So it's a big thing to start forgive yourself. So forgive them, then forgive yourself. You know, you forgive yourself for all the things that you've done. You know, this is wipe the slate clean, because you know it just slows you down and hurts you too much. So on to number 3, I added the reset bit, but it's be the best you. So you basically reset again to, you know, I know when I've been on form, when I've been good, when I've been myself, when I've, you know, really sort of been at it and feeling good. And again, I can go back to golf, where I know rounds of golf where I've played well, where I've been mentally in the zone, I've been on it, and I've been able to get back to that really cool place of where things happen and things are good. So resetting to being the best you, it's, you know, things have happened. The faster you can reset, it's perfect for golf, because every single shot you have to reset. Even after good days, reset to being the best you. Number 4 is go at your pace. So this is, again, it links quite well to create, don't compete. It doesn't matter how fast I'm doing it, or you're doing it, or the neighbour's doing it. It doesn't matter how fast everybody's getting there. It matters that you keep going. Go at your pace. It doesn't matter if you read books slower than me, or you pick them up faster than me, or you create things quicker or slower, or do whatever you're doing, but you're going back to your $1 billion brain, your massive goals, and then you're going at your pace towards them. You don't have to get them today. You won't get them today. Not if they're brilliant goals. So this is you, but this is you know, we're not keeping up with the Joneses or whatever the next door neighbour's got. This is just going at your pace. So those are the 4 rules for great self-esteem. Forgive them, forgive yourself, reset, be the best you, and go at your pace. So that really is, you know, the happy me philosophy, the happy me way of living. It's what I've built down. But what I've come to understand as well is the afterthought of the happy me philosophy is the book stops with me to do this. Doesn't give me, it's not everybody else to make me do it. It's nobody else to pass on. It's not me to push to somebody else. You need to do the happy me philosophy. This is, the book stops with me. If I want a great life, if I want a happy life, if I want a fun life, if I want to do a successful life of meaning, then the book stops with me. It doesn't stop with you or anybody else or family or friends. The book stops with me. So, you know, this is what I wanted to put in an easy way. You put your hands out in front of you and you can go across it. You've only got to remember 5 things, but obviously one's got 4 points to it. It will take a while for it to sink in, but watch this video over and over. Watch it, you know, once a day, once in the morning, once at a night. You know, you don't have to follow my Happy Me's philosophy. This is mine. This is what I've worked out. You can follow yours. You can create yours, but you have to understand that you've got one either way. You have the Happy Me philosophy inside you, but it depends what you believe. What you think about and what you believe is your philosophy. So if you think the world's crap, or you can't succeed, or you've got no hope, then that's your philosophy. Whereas mine is now, you know, something that I have to work on, though. It's not something that just naturally comes to me. You know, I get out of bed some days and feel like I cannot be bothered. So that's why I'm going to be going into creating the Happy Me philosophy playbook, where I'm going to explain these points a bit more. I'm going to explain through training too. Between the book and some training, I want to explain more how the Happy Me philosophy works, how it can help people, how I've come to find mine. I may throw in some things that I didn't quite believe in, that are popular notions out there. But I'm gonna really keep pushing Happy Me philosophy at people. Keep pushing that you need to get your own Happy Me philosophy, or you've already got a Happy Me philosophy. You need to question it. You need to question some beliefs every now and again and say, well, is that really helping me or hindering me towards the goals I'm trying to get to? Hope that explains the Happy Me philosophy. I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.